Rainbooms of Royalty by Triniary. Chapter 7. New Faces. Rainbow Dash zipped over to the approaching unicorns, eager to meet them as far away from the crowd as she could. She plastered her wildest, toothiest smile on her face as she fluttered around him. Hey, Shining Armor, what's up? Shining Armor gave her the famous neutral guard glower. She rubbed her legs awkwardly. So, who's your friend there? She nodded to the purple unicorn, who was busy hiding in the shadow. Exhaling gently, Shining Armor unbent a little. Rainbow Dash, this is my sister, Twilight Sparkle. Twilight, this is Rainbow Dash. Hey, sup? She held out a hoof, only to have Twilight regard it as like a fascinating new species. Twilight looked from the side to side as he smiled widely. The size of her smile reflected an indirect relationship to her actual confidence. Then, something seemed to click as she turned to her brother. Oh! Twilight looked at him. This is the feeling you were talking about. The one that has a... She found her muzzle being magically held shut. Rolling his eyes heavenwards as a way that does seem to declare, Mares! Shining looked back at Rainbow Dash. What were you thinking? Princess Celestia had the Royal Guard search all of Canterlot for you! He looked at her sternly. You could tell she was really worried. Really? Rainbow gave a shamefaced smile. Yes, really. The captain of the Royal Guard sighed. Dash, what am I going to do with you? Over a dramatic sigh, the Blue Pegasus held out her hopes. Collect me in irons! Pluck out my feathers! To the dungeon with me! It's the life of a prisoner for Rainbow Dash! Twilight looked horrified, while Shining soaring in amusement. Oh, cut that out! It takes all the fun out of being mad at you. He looked as the celebrations spread for him. You didn't take long, did you? Hey, they wanted to throw me a party. Her sandy voice was a mix of indignant and smug. I'm just that awesome. Twilight hesitantly looked around. I guess it makes sense to make you feel welcome since you are the princess. Woof! She suddenly found an apple stuffed in her mouth, courtesy of a blue hoof. Rainbow Dash sussed her. Keep it down with that P-word stuff! Twilight spit out the apple. But why? She asked incredulously, sounding much too loud for Rainbow Dash's liking. Why would you possibly be ashamed of being Princess Celestia? Another apple. Rainbow Dash gave her a warning look. We're in an apple orchard. I can keep this up all night. She looked at both of them. I just came into Ponyville today, and they're already welcoming me into their homes, throwing parties for me and stuff, and they don't know that Princess Celestia is my teacher. He cares a lot. No pony would ever do stuff like that unless they knew you were some pony important. Her nostrils flared. I like being appreciated for being me, for being Rainbow Dash, instead of being appreciated for just being Celestia's student. Rose-colored eyes were imploring, and Shining Armor tilted her head up. This is really important to me, so please, 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 don't mention anything about Celestia to them. She clasped her hose together, going for the most overtop, wide-eyed, puppy dog, lower lip trembling expression she could muster. She meant a mental note to thank Dizzy for all their inspiration. Shining Armor groaned and covered his face with a hoof. Fine, look, Dash. When Princess Celestia sent me out to find you, it wasn't to clap you in irons or make you a big scene. In fact, once we found out where you were, she thought it might work out if you stayed here for a while. Rainbow's jaw dropped. She's sending me away? But she promised to help me before the Sonic Rainbow again to the Wonderbolts. You both promised! Her eyes wavered, beseeching him. This is about last night. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Please don't. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up there, Rainbow Dash. Shining Armor held out both his hooves, as though he was trying to fend off a herd of stampeding buffalo. She isn't banishing you, though she does expect you to make a full apology to Tiffany. But she wanted to make it very clear that she would never send you away if you didn't go. Shining Armor gently ruffled Rainbow's mane. You got that, Dashie? Rainbow Dash, suddenly embarrassed by her outburst, blushed and nodded. She heard a faint caw, and glared at the painfully straight Twilight Sparkle, who was doing her darndest to not either laugh or awe at the scene. Sure thing, shiny hiney. Rainbow Dash grinned as Twilight Sparkle sputtered, and trying and failing to hide her giggles at her brother's new nickname. Shining Armor's cheeks flushed slightly, and he gave her a look that promised revenge later. Anyway, he cleared his throat. Princess Celestia was actually thinking that you had the right idea. Maybe a little time and distance away from Canterlot would be good for you. Just for a bit. He hurriedly added. She wanted to say, how did it go? Okay. She said that while Canterlot is a wonderful city, there are times when she felt like we live in a bubble. She thinks that if you leave, if only for a while, and get to explore and live a little outside of it, you'll learn and experience things that you wouldn't have otherwise, even if you stayed in Canterlot until you were 100. Posse let that sink in. Shiny took a breath. So, the princess would like it if you stayed in Ponyville and helped work on the setup for the summer sun celebration. Make sure it's properly cool and all. Rainbow Dash's reaction was pretty mild. She did an aerial somersault and pulled her hoof in the air. Yes! Oh, this is gonna be awesome! Then her face fell a fraction. I really don't know stuff about how to set up a party. I mean, if it were up to me, we'd just invite DJ Pwn 3 and get some drinks and snacks. Shining Armor chuckled. That's okay. Turns out there's some ponies here in town who she asked to take care of the catering, the music and decorations and stuff. And as for the organizational side of things, well, that's where my little Twilight comes in. Twilight lowered her ears, cheeks turning pink. Armor! Don't call me that in public! She pouted adorably, while her brother gently tousled her mane. Quit it! Casting a hoof over her withers, he glanced back to Rainbow Dash. My little sister is phenomenal when it comes to organization. It's a little bit scary at times. He confided in a mock whisper, prompting an annoyed huff from Twilight. So I'll leave her here with you. What? Rainbow Dash and Twilight exclaimed at the same time, looking at each other. Twilight recovered first. But, what about my studies? I need to practice. I have my final exams coming up soon for school, and... Twilight! Shiny drew out her name. Who was the unicorn who managed to follow Rainbow Dash all the way from Canterlot with a traggy spell and a feather? Rainbow looked at Twilight, as it deserves she'd been messing around with magic, using something that had come from her. Well, I did, but... Her brother's gentle hoof on her mouth cut Twilight's ramble before it began. But nothing. You need to relax and not work yourself up into a frenzy. He lowered his voice and said softly, You don't want to repeat an entrance exam, right? Twilight looked down. Hey, come on. You know I didn't mean it like that. He eyed her gently. Every pony needs to take their nose out of a book and take a look around once in a while. Besides, I need a level-headed pony I can count on to help keep Rainbow Dash in check. Ignore on the look on Rainbow Dash. Please, for me. Shining Armor judges out loud and pout that made his sister fold like a house of cards. Twilight giggled. Okay. Anything for you, BBBFF. She nuzzled him. If that's okay with you, I mean. She looked at Rainbow Dash. The side Pegasus opened her mouth to deny she needed any pony to watch her when Shining Armor caught her eye and shook his head slowly. Fine, she sighed. Just keep the stuff about Princess Celestia to yourself, alright? Get it? Not really, but I'll do it. Twilight assured her. Should we get back to your friends? Rainbow Dash turned to realize her absence had not gone unnoticed. She saw Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, and Ditsy Doo standing right back for her. Turning back, she gave Twilight a brief nod. Yeah, you go say hi. I'll be right there. Twilight looked panicked at the thought of talking to them. But, what do I say to them? Just mention Canterlot to the white unicorn or hi to the pink earth pony and they'll do all the talking for you. Dash deadpan. She jerked her head. Getting the idea that Rainbow Dash wanted to be alone with her brother, Twilight gave a small smile and walked away. As soon as she was out of earshot, Rainbow Dash did her best to skewer Shining Armor, with her many fine varieties of skeptical glances. Keep me in check, huh? Shining Armor counted one of his own, quirking his brow for emphasis. Rainbow Dash, you know you could get a bit out of hoof. Twilight's got a good head on her shoulders, and honestly, do you want to be in charge of organization of all the preparations yourself? Rainbow Dash grunted a lieu of acknowledgement. Fine, whatever. Come on, Dash. Twilight means the world to me. She's been sitting in her room in the library ever since her entrance exam went nuts. She hasn't even made friends with Moondancer anymore. She needs to get out and make friends. Have fun. Do something. Anything besides studying, he implored her. Yeah, I get that. But why me? Rainbow asked curiously. Because there isn't any pony in the whole world I trust more to keep her safe. Shining Armor said seriously. Daunted, she took a half step, her eyes widening. Wow! You can count on me! She threw a short salute, which she held until Shining Armor returned it. She looked around, making sure no pony was watching, and gave him a quick hug. Thanks, Shiny! Anytime, Dassy. He patted her withers. Now, let's go. I think I can smell some fresh apple pie. Let's get some slices before I have to go back to Canterlot. Rainbow smiled, her wings flaring in excitement. Sounds cool! And could you tell Celestia that you know. I understand. Shining Armor gave her a friendly nuzzle, pretending not to notice her cheeks suddenly reddening. Now, let's go see who can eat the most slices of apple pie. Race ya! He took off, leaving Rainbow Dash, opening and closing her mouth like a fish out of water. Hey! She took off after him, her heart lighter than it had been in weeks. Groaning, Rainbow Dash rubbed her belly tenderly. So much pie! She gave it terrifying bounce. Between the Apple family's baked goods and Pinkie Pie's sugary treats, most of the pony's presents were in a silver state, having gorged themselves with food. Applejack gently prodded her with one hoof. Hey, good to know that our victuals are appreciated. Come on up. Up you go. Let's have a bite. She slowly held Rainbow Dash up. The beleaguered Blue Earth pony didn't so much stand as when she leaned against Rainbow Dash for support. With a chorus of moans and groans more suited to a battlefield, stuffed ponies slowly climbed to their hooves and headed to their homes. Pinkie Pie, one of the few ponies who looked as energetic as she had at the start of the party, bounded over to Rainbow Dash. Did you enjoy your pie? Huh? Dash tried to follow Pinkie's motions in her head, but had to close her eyes for fear of throwing up. Yeah, Pinkie. That was really great. The party pony beamed. Great! That was really fun. I just wish I had known you were having friends coming by. She piped briefly. I mean, we could have had lots more purple streamers, maybe some vanilla frosted cupcakes. It's not every day we get three new ponies in town, plus all the Applejacks relatives coming by. She bounced around giddily. Now you got lots of friends, and now you have new friends, and this is all gonna be super-tastic. Bye, Applejack. Bye. See you later, Dancing Gator. Oh, right. I'll need to give you my pet alligator dinner. Pinkie bounded off, leaving Applejack shaking her head, dumbfounded. I don't usually have much to do with that one, but these things nice if, what's the word? Random? Rainbow suggested blurrily. Well, do. Applejack agreed. Stay awake there, Sugar Cube. A couple more ponies want to say bye before you go. Rarity trotted up giddily to Rainbow Dash. She had merely taken some ladylike nibbles so as not to ruin her figure. She elegantly tossed her mane. Rainbow Dash, it was so delightful to meet you and your lovely friends from Canterlot. Rarity tried keeping her voice even, but she couldn't hide the excited squeak at the end of her sentence. Clearing her throat, she went on. You really do have the most charming friends, Rainbow Dash. Why, that shiny armor is simply breathtaking. So gallant, so charming. She sighed happily. The look Rainbow Dash was giving her would have charred her pretty white coat into charcoal. A shame she has to return to Canterlot, but I'm sure I can arrange some time in my schedule for you and his sister. Perhaps we can all be at the spa sometime. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm sure she'd love to. Applejack grinned, ignoring the grunted protests of Rainbow Dash herself. Smiling, Rarity dipped her head. Wonderful! Now I must go collect my little sister before she... Ah! She shrieked when she saw her little sister. Sweetie Belle, what have you done to your coat? Sweetie Belle smiled at her coat dusty during. I had a wrestling match with Skidaloo. Everyone says how it's kind of like wrestling. I won once. Rarity almost fainted on the spot. Oh dear, now we have to go get you home and into a bath. Now! See you later, darling. Rarity called over from her shoulder as he prodded her reluctant sister home. As soon as he was gone, Rainbow Dash glared at Applejack for the spa promise. The reserve pony was saved for Rainbow's hooves, or at least the prospect of Dash deliberately throwing up on her by Fluttershy's timely arrival. It was nice seeing you, Rainbow Dash. Fluttershy gave her a side nuzzle. I'm so glad to see you again. Yeah, me too. Dash smiled weakly. See you later, Flares. Oh, how lovely. Maybe we could do something together tomorrow? I mean, if you want to. I would like to talk to you more, but there's just so many ponies around that Her voice trailed off into a little squeak when she saw Applejack tilting her head at her. Sorry, it's not that there's anything wrong with other ponies, it's just that... Applejack laughed. Don't you worry, none. I understand. My big brother's the same way. Sure, I'll find something for just the two of us. Maybe a flight or something? Rainbow suggested. Fireshine nodded. That would be very nice. Thank you. Bye. She quickly retreated, leaving Rainbow Dash and Applejack alone. Applejack chuckled. If that gal was like Sawyer, we'd be dipping apples in her instead of hunting. Dizzy Doo flared up to them, Dinky Doo on her back. Dizzy, having a higher tolerance for her muffin business, was in better shape than most ponies. Hey, Rainbow Dash! Wasn't this fun? Thanks for having us over, Applejack. Thank you. Thank you. Dinky chimed in. I had a lot of fun. Can Appleplum play with me again sometime? Well, of course we can. I was like she had a heap of fun with you. The farm pony smiled. Thanks for coming, Furry Sugar Cube. Both of y'all. Don't be strangers, you hear? Sure thing. Dizzy waved off as he started to fly off. Dinky waved excitedly. My Appleplum. Tiny name, please. See you tomorrow. You promised we'd go for ice cream. She smiled as he turned back around. Mom, what's up for that? Oh, pickle muffins. Dizzy got one of the banners in front of the party right to her leg. I just don't know what went wrong. Dinky giggled as he nestled her mom's mane. You're funny, Mommy. Applejack looked at Rainbow out of the corner of her eyes. Well, let's see, always. Yeah. Silly. Nothing more really needed to be said. A few other ponies walked by and bid Rainbow Dash good night, including the ever-enthusiastic Dilly Scootaloo. After shaking her off, Applejack Dash looked up to see Shining Armor, stiffly making his way over. I'm gonna be headed back. He stumbled slightly as he nodded to Applejack. Thank you again for your hospitality. Sweet Apple Acres is always glad to welcome friendly faces. She smiled as he helped guide Rainbow Dash up, gently supporting her aside. Sass, Rainbow Dash here's already like one of the family. Like friends of hers is welcome. Rainbow mumbled something incoherent. No pony ate her any mind. Friend, guardian, keeper. I've got a lot of titles as far as she's concerned. Shining Armor quit. He smiled. That's kind of you to say. Thanks for watching after Rainbow Dash for me. I have to admit, I'm rather fond of the rainbow-colored eagle with wings. He smirked as he and Applejack traded a smile, while Rainbow Dash tried to glare them into submission. Since he was only barely hanging on to her stomach contents, her efforts were not particularly effective. Thank you again for letting my little sister stay here, too. I imagine it must be crowded between your family and all your relatives here for your reunion. Applejack shrugged, causing Rainbow Dash to almost fall over. Whoops! Sorry there. No big deal. We got plenty of space, and your sister seems like a nice gal. I'll bet she's lame, but nice. If you don't mind my saying so. He shrugged. It's the truth. How can I get offended by it? You say it like an apple, AJ said approvingly. Anyway, have a safe trip. Rainbow and Twilight will be fine. I'll have my big brother walk her up to the guest room. Thanks. I'll go find my sister and say goodbye. Shiny took the opportunity to rub Rainbow Dash's mane. You be good, Dash. I'll see you in a few days. Well, not quite asleep, but not unconscious either. Rainbow Dash grunted something approximating a goodbye, as Applejack led her inside and upstairs. She collapsed on the guest bed. Nice, Sugar Cube, AJ whispered as he walked out. Rainbow was jerked back into consciousness when Twilight Sparkle staggered in, herself half asleep. Twilight stumbled onto the first bed she saw, not nosing or caring that Rainbow Dash was occupying it. Hey! The Pegasus grunted. Go away! Sleeping! Twilight was a touch cranky too. I had to take a chariot ride all the way from Canterlot to find you, and I arrived only to be mobbed by every pony in town. Then they stuffed me with food, pounded me on the back, and shook my hoof until it ached. I'm sore, I'm tired, and I'm not moving. Well, I'm not either. Fine! Twilight squirmed, taking the bed for herself. Give me some of the blanket. Dash shut her eyes. Fine! Scratching anyway. She felt the blanket shift over her, as Twilight curled up over it. Sighing, Dash felt herself drifting out to sleep. So, you're friends with my brother? Twilight asked, still awake, though sounding sleepy herself. Yeah, what about it? Rainbow's patience, already thin to begin with, was just about gone. And you seem to have a crush on him. Twilight started. And now Dash was awake. I do not have a crush on Shining Armor! She turned over to face her bedmate. Crushes are for little giggly fillies, so not cool. Twilight, not being the most versed in social interactions, Didn't know well enough to leave him alone. But the way you act around him. All my psychology books indicate that you have all the earmarks of adolescent love. Despite being half asleep, still managed to sound like a university professor. Shut up, or I'll tell every pony you used to wet the bed. Twilight looked horrified. Shining Armor promised me that he would never tell. I just made that up. Rainbow Dash snickered. You serious? Even in the dark, Twilight's red face was clearly visible. No, of course not! Dash gave us a miserably smug grin. You didn't have anything to drink before you went to bed, did you? She teased. Twilight faced off. How about, in exchange for not bringing up your crush on Shining Armor, we both pretend this conversation never happened and we just go to bed. Deal. Within moments, both mares were snoring gently. Chapter 8. Applejack. The morning light streamed through the window, not so gently stirring Rainbow Dash awake. She groaned, burying her head deeper into her pillow, resolutely determined not to wake up. A soft, warm feeling pressed against her back and side, causing the sleepy Pegasus to sigh softly. It was heavenly, as she found herself drifting back to sleep. Some time later, she faintly heard a soft rapping on the door. Breakfast ready, gals! A door opened as Applejack poked her head in. Are you two ready to... Here's the Betsy! She exclaimed suddenly. Stirring, the sleepy Pegasus turned her head to the door. Why is it so early? Huh? Dash blinked herself awake as she felt a pair of lavender legs wrapped around her barrel. Twisting around, she saw Twilight resting her head against Rainbow's back, drilling slightly. Ah! Twilight! Get off! Huh? What? I didn't do it! The purple unicorn blinked her sleepy eyes as she took stock of the situation. What's going on? You were spooning me! Rainbow Dash shouted indignantly. Applejack couldn't take no longer. She let out a loud raspberry and slid to the floor, where she gave up trying to fight her building laughter. Proceeded to laugh her freckles off. Shut up, Applejack! Rainbow glared at her, all too aware of the heat on her cheeks. AJ wasn't slow to miss it either. Your face is redder than right big Magotow's butt. She squeezed out in between gales of laughter. Yours is going to be red too if you don't shut it! Dash waved a threatening hoof in Applejack's direction. Then she turned to Twilight. Should have known you'd be a cuddler, she grumbled. Hey! Twilight Sparkle's face was bright red too. I didn't hear you complaining! The two mares broke contact, unable to look at each other in the eye. Applejack, finally waiting to bow for half a second in control, wheezed. Woo! Nail it! I knew having you gals here would be a blast, but I never thought it'd be this much fun. Oh, come on now, I'm only joking. She assured the two annoyed and embarrassed-looking mares. We're serving apple pancakes, fresh from the stove. Sounds good! Rainbow Dash hopped off the bed, not looking back. I'm gonna go hop in the shower. Be back in 10 seconds flat. Twilight shook off her embarrassment and traded for skepticism. How can you possibly do that? It's in... Rainbow Dash rubbed her wings and flew out the window in a rainbow blur. Pressing to the window, Applejack and Twilight watched Rainbow Dash fly through several clouds, breaking them up as she flew and washed herself off with condensed water that they held. After shaking herself dry and running her hose through her mane, Rainbow Dash dashed back inside, nearly blowing her into her companion's over. Possible! Twilight finished finally. Ta-da! What'd I tell you? 10 seconds flat. Rainbow Dash was smug. Applejack just shook her head. Alright, Twilight, you can hop to the shower. Now hurry up! No putting nice cold pancakes. The three mares made their way down to the stairs, into the breakfast table. Big Macintosh and Applebloom were already seated, and Granny Smith was particularly flipping the pancakes. Looking at her hips, Rainbow Dash zipped over to the table and grabbed a knife and fork. Twilight trotted over at a more sedate pace and calmly sat down. Morning, every pony! Twilight said politely. She took her seat, soon followed by Applejack. Good morning! Applebloom smiled. Did you all sleep in well? Well, she asked Applejack's barely suppressed snore of laughter, and the twin flushes on Twilight and Rainbow Dash. What's say? Nothing, Applejack snorted. Then winced as Rainbow Dash kicked her under the table. When Big Macintosh looked at the two mares with a questioning glance, he was rewarded with a, Hey, big guy! From Rainbow Dash. How much do they feed you to get that big? Hey, that's just how good I have a family food is. Applejack smiled, gently patting her brother on the shoulder. Mostly, Mackey's always been a little bit on the big side, right? Yep. But don't let that fool you. He may look like a giant, but he wouldn't hurt a fly, would you, big fella? Nope. Darn tootin', he knows what would happen if he did, right? Applejack gently punched him on the shoulder as he looked down at her fondly. Yep. Rainbow Dash tilted her head. So, Big Mac, you ever say anything besides yep and nope? Yup. Are you going to, Dow? Dash cried. Nope. Rainbow Dash sighed. So seen that coming. Applejack gave her a friendly smile. Don't mind him. He's always been a mite quiet. Shoot. One time we had my Uncle Bad Apple over, and he said he bet he could get Big Mac to say 3 words to him at dinner. And Big Mac just looked at him and said, yeah, you lose. Dash chuckled. I've known guys like that myself. Saw the guards' ponies when they were on duty. Those guys wouldn't even crack a smile, much less talk. Samson! Granny Smith's call came, as the pancakes were ready. As a guess, Rainbow Dash was served first. Licking her chops, she reached for the first pancake, only to have Applejack none too slightly speck her hoof with a fork. Ow! What was that for? Rainbow couldn't help but whine. You can wait for every pony to be served before you start shoving your face. AJ warned her, as the pancake-laden plates were being given out. Rainbow Dash crossed her hooves. Ugh! Fine! Even in the country, she couldn't escape table manners and rules. Not cool. Finally, as the final plate made contact with the wooden table, Dash dug in loudly. Delicious! She said with a mouthful of pancakes. As Rainbow Dash scarfed down her pancakes, fairly ripping them apart, Twilight sat with dignified poise as her horn glowed, stuffing her knife and fork with lavender magic. She used it to precisely line up her stack of pancakes, then neatly cut 3 slices, horizontally and vertically, making each piece of perfectly equal size. Then, she slowly started to pour syrup onto her pancakes with practiced measure of a chemist, adding a rare, vital ingredient to a concoction that might explode too much if used. And sakes, girl, there you syrup sorts! Granny exclaimed as she secretly dug into her own pancakes. No need to take all day about it! Twilight squirmed her seat. Sorry, ma'am, I just like things to be orderly. She set her syrup aside and started telling angrily, lifting her fork. Applejack gave her a soft nudge. Say, nothing to be worried about. Even if you do sound a bit like that first buzz of rarity. She pulled a comical face. I thought she sounded nice. Twilight admitted sheepishly. I'm just sorry I couldn't answer her questions about Fast and Candlelight. Maybe I should read it up on it more. Rainbow Dash gave an elegant eye roll. Do yourself a favor and skip it. Besides, I'm hoping to keep as much distance between me and anything fashion-related as possible. Breakfast started to wind down. Big Macintosh headed to the orchard, while Applebloom made her way to school. Granny Smith went to take a nap in a rocking chair, leaving Applejack and her friends clear the table. So, you gals got any plans for today? Applejack asked over a glass of milk, looking at Twilight. Purple Unicorn wilted under the attention, scrunched her head down as she agilely jabbed her pancakes. Well, actually, Rainbow Dash and I are supposed to check out the preparations for the Summer Sun celebration. You are? AJ smiled. Well, don't that just be all? Why don't you say anything about that when we met, Rainbow? Rainbow Dash gave Twilight an annoyed look at her eyes. It's just something I kinda got roped into doing. Twilight's brother asked me to help, and she's supposed to be organizing Egghead. So, she shrugged. Egghead? Twilight mouthed the word silently, indignant. Applejack shrugged. What do you mean, please? It's supposed to help you out anyway we can. Soon, after the reason we decided to have a reunion in Ponyville this year, was so the whole family could help out with the catering preparations. Want to sample some more of our victuals? No thanks! Twilight said quickly, and even Rainbow Dash grimaced at the prospect. Yeah, we're good. Rainbow Dash stretched out a kink in her neck. I think if we ate any more, I wouldn't be able to fly, and Twilight here might turn into an apple. Applejack chuckled. Hey, good point. What else do you ladies have to check up on? Twilight consulted her checklist, seeming almost giddy at the prospect of organizing. After catering is weather. Huh. This would be Disney's department. Rainbow stretched her wings. Let's go check that out. Mind if I come with? I don't normally want to be one to skip out on chores. But with my whole family out here, I don't think they got covered. I won't feel right leaving 2 guests of the Apple family to wander through town all by their lonesomes. Twilight bit her lip. Oh, well, that's very nice of you, but we hate to impose. Oof! Rainbow Dash nudged her. Chillax, Twilight. If she wants to come, let her come. She stretched her wings expressively. After all, some points this kid ever get enough opportunity to watch me. Last rap! Applejack smiled evenly. I won't want to miss whatever shenanigans you girls get into. You're a regular hoot. Dash's smile thinned now as she rolled her eyes. Soon the three ponies were walking. Well, two were walking, and one was flying just above them, down the main road to Ponyville. Applejack had been providing most of the conversation, pointing out the different types of apples they grew, and explaining how the farm worked. Twilight was too shy to really say much for herself, and Rainbow Dash was just enjoying the chance to spread her wings. After a while, Applejack's thoughts turned away from all things apple and apple accessories. Say, I've been meaning to ask, what does Shining Armor do that he could ask you two to be in charge of preparations? Applejack asked curiously. Well, Twilight glanced at Rainbow Dash. Applejack picked it up uneasily. Rainbow, well, you're that talented. Dash sighed as she lowered herself to the ground. Fine. Shining Armor is the captain of the Royal Guard, she grumbled. Applejack's jaw dropped slightly, but her face didn't betray much else. Her hat, however, flipped in midair and landed again on her head. I see, she blinked. But how does he know you? I get that Twilight's a sister. Are you two friends? Not really, Rainbow Dash said before she could think better of her. I just met her last night. Twilight scuffed her hose on the ground, ears flattening against her head. Yeah, enough friends. Twilight mumbled. Applejack narrowed her eyes and whipped her tail against Rainbow's flank. Ow! What's that? Oh, Dash winced. Pardon pain and pardon chagrin. I mean, I think we could become friends, though. See, yeah, woman, as her white smile. I mean, hey, any sister in Shining Armor has to be pretty cool, am I right? I don't know, Twilight said shyly, her head retreating underneath her mane. I'm sure you are, Sugar Cube. Applejack gave her a supportive look. So, speaking of your brother, how does the captain of the Royal Guard know Rainbow Dash? Twilight, feeling a bit flustered, blurted out. Oh, well, he was said to bring her back after she... Hey! Rainbow exclaimed in outrage, making the purple unicorn shrink down. I'm so sorry! I forgot. She lowered her head. Applejack came out to stand between the two of them. Hey now! Enough of that! She looked at Dash. Leave the poor girl alone. You're scaring her. Besides, ain't like I didn't figure that out when we first met anyhow. Snoring, Rainbow Dash looked to the side. Whatever, she mumbled. Still shouldn't be talking about me like I'm not here. Okay, you're right. I should not have asked her, but that's on me, not her. Applejack faced the Pegasus with a look. So, what exactly is it you were running from? I'm not running from anything. Rainbow flared her wings and pawed at the ground with her hoof like a bull preparing to charge. I just wanted a break from Caroline. Not that I expected you to understand. Slowly, Applejack made her way to Rainbow Dash's side. Lazy there, Sugar Cube. Take it lazy. You're among friends here. She put a comforting hoof on Rainbow's withers. And don't be too sure of that there, Rainbow. I don't think I know exactly what you're going through. Confident she had Rainbow Dash's attention, she went on. When I was a little filly, I left home because I wanted to get out, see the world. So, I went to live with some relatives in Manhattan because I felt trapped at home. She gazed, turned misty, lost in nostalgia. Turns out, though, I hated Manhattan. I didn't like how the ponies there acted, or how I was supposed to act in order to fit in. I felt more trapped there than I ever did at home. Soon, I got to thinking about home and how homesick I was, wondering what to do. She chuckled. You never believe how the years are keen to me. But boy, howdy did it ever. I went straight for home lickety-split. When I arrived, I knew this was where I was supposed to be. She cast a look at her flank. That's why I got my kitty mark, too. That's cool and all, Applejack, but I'm not quite seeing the point. Dash did. Fair enough, let me spell it out from you. You're running, taking a break from Caroline? No offense, but you don't seem like one of them hoity-toity Caroline ponies to me. I'd be more offended if you said I was, Rainbow said curtly. I figured. You're probably deadpan. So all I'm guessing is you don't want to be stuck doing with those stuck on Royal City taps, AJ reasoned. So every now and then you bust out, do your own thing, and your folks have to send the Royal Guard to bring you back home. Am I right? Rainbow Dash nodded numbly. A need for cowpointing exterior. AJ could be pretty smart, especially when it came to ferreting out the truth about other ponies. The only details he had wrong was just who sent the Royal Guard after her. Though she would never admit it. She was actually pretty touched that at this point she only met yesterday. Considered herself enough of a friend to share a really personal story about herself. Rainbow considered telling AJ her own cutie mark story, but she didn't want to make her feel bad by having a way cooler story. And she didn't want to explain what happened after her side Rainboom and failure to pull off another one. Yeah, that's it, she said, convinced she wasn't really lying to Applejack. You got me. All my ran up slick, but that doesn't mean you get to pull the roll over my ass. AJ gave a small smirk. Not much gets pie as Liz Capel. She yelled and tripped over a small hole, and her face hit her butt counter with the dirt. Rainbow Dash fell on her back laughing. Ha ha ha! Oh, jeez, you're a silly pony, Applejack. Are you alright? Twilight asked. Applejack pulled her ass as she walked over. Frown. She grumbled as she pulled her face out of the ground. Poof! She spat out the dirt. Guess what no one's been digging a guy in. Shaking her head, she glared at Rainbow Dash, still holding her belly rolling on her back. You fight us? Just about. She wheezed, laughing some more. Applejack rolled her eyes. So, how often does your brother have to chase RD down here? She asked Twilight. I don't know exactly, the purple unicorn admitted. I do have a lot of studying for school, and shining armor's with the guard. I couldn't say for sure. Was that a lot? Applejack wheeled. Twilight nodded. I guess so. AJ broke into a wide grin. Ah, thought so. With a smug grin, she idly asked out loud. Well enough for Rainbow Dash to overhear her own laughter. What if Rainbow started running away, just so she could have your brother be the one to bring her back? She drawled. Twilight hid her face behind her hoof, trying to suppress a giggle. Well, I almost like she had a crush on him, or something. Applejack winked at the unicorn, making her almost shake with repressed laughter. Hey! Rainbow Dash's laughter was suddenly cut off as she sat up. I do not have a crush on shining armor! Applejack pursed her lip gently, tapped a hoof against her muzzle. I don't believe you, she smirked. Tell you what, why don't we go ask some of the folks in town who were at the party last night what they think? She reared up and shook out her forelegs. Yeehaw! She started running down the road to Ponyfield. Applejack, you get your apple flake over here! Rainbow Dash slapped her wings as she took off, leaving Twilight to be buffeted by a wind that marked her departure. Hey, wait for me! Twilight called, galloping after them.